these are some of the most important things that we can cover to make sure that you're actually making more profit in less time and not working as hard. Remember, oh, here we go, one too far. I asked you all to not open your little workbooks. Yeah? And it is a little workbook this time. For those of you who come to other ones, we usually have a workbook thick enough to be able to choke an elephant. What I'd like you to do is now open that workbook. On the left-hand page is this example. Yes? Sure. Yeah, borrow a pen. Borrow a pen. Oh, no, not for 100 people. Okay, in here are 7 specific numbers that you must know. Not, I guess, I kinda, I think, sorta. 7 numbers that you must know. Now, for me to affect anything on the right-hand side of an equal sign, what do I have to change? Sorry, I'll ask that again and get an answer. What do I have to change if I want to change something on the right-hand side of an equal sign? The numbers that are on the left. So you can probably go through and pick out, without too much trouble, the 7 different areas inside a business that you must improve to improve your business. Now I'm going to give you some general numbers. General numbers. And I have a confession to make. In all of our marketing and all the information we sent out, I said to you I would show you a way that you could improve your business by more than 160% in your profit by changing 7 numbers in your business. True? For those of you who read any of our emails or when you registered, looked at the info? Right, thank you, Roger. I lied. The number's actually bigger than that, but if I told you it was bigger than that, you probably wouldn't have believed me. True? True. Good, thank you. I'm glad I'm not up here talking to myself. So let me take you through some basic numbers. This is just a fictitious series of numbers on a fictitious business. It's not relating to anyone, it's to show you the example. If we had 4,000 inquiries across a year and we converted a quarter of them, 25%, how many new customers have I got for the year? 1,000. Awesome. Right, if I've got a big customer base and I've got 2,000 customers and I retained those clients, I've now got a total customer base of 3,000. Right, excellent. Can we see that we've already covered 3 of the 7 numbers? Yeah? Yes. Number of inquiries, conversion rate, client retention. Because who here loves marketing? Besides me, I love marketing. But isn't it so much easier? So much easier if you just kept the customers you got? Yeah? Rather than always hunting to fill the top of the funnel because they're dropping out the bottom faster than you can fill up the top. How many times do you tell your existing clients you love them? I'm looking forward to Monday. Monday I'm taking all my clients to lunch. To lunch. Yay! Kerry says yay because he's one of them. Right, so why? It's my way of saying thank you. In July, what do we have? We have a Christmas in July. What did I do with Christmas in July? I took all my clients and their families, hired at a bowling alley down in Heathmont, put in a face painter and a magician who walked around, and we brought a caterer in. It was awesome, wasn't it? Because that's my way of saying thank you and I love you, because I wouldn't have a business without you. When was the last time you did that? No, I'm not talking to that sort of extravagance. I'm just saying, when was the last time you showed some love to your existing clients? Show some love. Right. We're a customer base. We look at an average dollar sale, number of transactions across the year, which gives us a revenue figure. Again, we've covered 2 more numbers. Why do we work on averages? Because we're going to have peaks and troughs, aren't we? We're going to have some customers who come in and throw an obscene amount of money at us with an obscene margin, and you say, thank you very much, I'm so pleased that you turned up. And there are going to be other ones that you've got to really work hard to get. True or true? So when we work it out, I like to work on averages. Because if we have less of the bottom ones and more of the top ones, what happens to our average? It goes up. I know. Does anybody agree here this is not exactly rocket science? Right. Good. The next thing, if you look at your percentage margin, right? Margin. Anybody here understand margin rather than markup? Yeah, that's a session for another time. I did warn you at the beginning, I can't give you everything. I just don't have enough time to do it. We do have programs, though, that can help you with those things, so it's good. If you reduce that from your fixed costs, because we can manage our fixed costs, can't we? And we want more. I love fixed costs. I know what's coming up. It gives us our profit margin. Now, the reason why I've just taken you through there is because I wanted to show you those 7 numbers. Number of inquiries, conversion rate, retained customers, average dollar sale, average number of transactions, average gross profit margin, and your fixed costs. All 7 things within your business that you absolutely have control over. True or true?
True.
Yes, Kerry.
Sorry, the fixed costs, does that include tax and all those?
You need to sit down with your accountant and bookkeeper and work that out.
Because you've got net profit and you've got gross profit.
Correct. So the difference between your cost of goods or variable costs versus your fixed costs. The good news is in March, you'll be here for it anyway, we'll be running a session on getting your financials right. Well, we'll cover more of that so you can go back and ask better questions as well. Good. Now, what if we expected to get an outcome down there at the bottom? Because that's the number that I get really excited about. Anybody else here that loves net profit, money that's in your pocket? Yeah, who'd like more of it? Yes. Oh, come on. I've got a bunch of people over here just sitting there going, no, you know what? I am freaking loaded. No, don't need more. Okay, who would like more profit over the next 12 months?
Yes.
Excellent. Let me show you. Goodness me. Do I have to get up and do some star jumps or, I don't know, something to get the blood moving? I'm not talking about big changes. There's a quote I'll use later, and it's a very smart man who said, small things done consistently produce the biggest results, the biggest outcomes. So I like to look at whatever number's right for you, and each of these numbers are going to be different, but I'm going to use a blanket number of just 10%. So we improve just by 10% over the next 12 months. Do you believe that if you have better marketing, you have a good unique selling proposition, you've got a strong guarantee that you can increase the number of inquiries you get over the next 12 months by just 10%? Pretty low number, right, Timbo?
Yep.
If you had a customer who said only 10%, you'd be laughing your way all the way to the bank. Right. Tim, by the way, is one of the best marketers I've met. The reality is, it's not hard to get, true? So why don't we set that today as the example so that I don't blow you away with numbers that look too good to be true, because Sam's sitting here going, when it looks too good to be true, it probably is. But this is true. Simple numbers. So if we increase those inquiries from 4,000 to 4,400, sorry that's really hard to read, but it is on your sheet there. And I've given you a couple of tips on the left-hand sheet on some of the most common things that you can do to improve that number. Can everybody see that? Yep. Yeah? So I'm not just telling you what you've got to do. What I'd like to do is give you the knowledge to go away and do it.
I thought I was reading something wrong, John. You know, it's this total revenue should be 600,000.
Yes, it's missing a zero.
Yeah,
thank you.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to do the math and think, hey, something's...
No, it is. It's true. Thank you. One person in the room picked it up. How many other people picked it up? I'm looking at one now. They probably picked it up but didn't say anything. Feel free to say something. It's in there for a reason. It's in there for a reason. So, if we increase that by just that area, right? This is one of the free things that we're going to give you throughout the day. And there's other things I'll tell you about that I'm going to give you. And at the end of the day, I'm going to offer you some free stuff. There's a difference between give and offer. The give stuff I'm going to give you now. The offer I'll give you later. And the offer is still free. So it's okay. I'm not here to sell you something. Yeah, I am, but I'll give it to you for free anyway. Right. If we increased our conversion rate by training our sales team, working on better sales processes, and we increased our sales not from 25 to 35%, by just 25 to 27.5%. Is that doable or not doable, guys and girls? Yeah? Doable. I want you to call BS on me if there's a number that's not right. Yeah? Thank you. Right, next thing. If we maintained a few more clients, we loved our clients, we showed them why they should be with us, and we constantly gave them more and more value, could we retain more clients if we really focused on that area for the next 12 months? Yes or no?
Yes.
Not everybody answered there. Yes or no? One or two?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. And again, I've given you all sorts of tips in there, anywhere between, 3 and 6 tips in each category. How many strategies do you reckon there really are in these 7 areas, by the way? Hundreds. That's only because I've shown you a couple of hundred of them. Right, the reality is there are over 400 strategies to help improve these 7 areas. But again, I didn't have enough paper. I didn't have enough time to give you all 400 strategies. That's something I do with my clients. If we were able to do that, what have we done? If we can increase our average dollar sale, I'm sorry that it's on a little bit of a wonky. If we could just increase by showing people the value of what we do, we had other areas that we're discounting that we just stopped discounting in. I'm not talking about necessarily raising prices, but even if you just stop discounting, that would increase the average dollar sale by itself, wouldn't it? Yeah. Excellent. I've got people sitting over here going, yeah, we know all this, I know this, I know you know this, because they're the people that people should be going to you to talk to about it. So if we talked about those things, it would increase our total revenue from 600,000, not 60, to 825,000. Big jump, isn't it? Yeah? But turnover is nice, right? Turnover is a really good thing to show off and tell everyone how cool you are. But what's really important? Profit. Right. So let's have a look at the last couple of numbers. If what we did is we increased our gross profit margin by just 2.5%. That's a 10% increase on top of what we had this year. And you reduce your fixed costs by just 10%. The outcome is massive. The difference is growing your business from $50,000 net profit to $136,000 worth of net profit. Big numbers, isn't it? Have I had to do big things along the way to make that happen? No. What's the first thing I had to know though? I had to know my numbers. So if you do nothing else today, before you even think about implementing strategy, because everyone wants to implement strategy, right? Because we're all keen to make change. Find out what you've got to change first. Find out what your numbers are. Then you can actually make some effect. Let's do a very quick exercise. If you do not know your numbers, now I don't mean, I got a fair idea, I got a rough idea. If you're not absolutely certain of the numbers, don't write anything in there. But if you are certain of your numbers, you absolutely know your numbers, what you can do is write those numbers in on the right-hand sheet. If you don't know, go ahead and write on it anyway. Because in the workbook that we'll be emailing you, remember I said I'd give you a couple of free things? Yes. This isn't the only workbook you're going to get. You're going to get a video from today, and it's not just the great work that Rob and his lovely assistant have been doing. An actual video of this whole lot of content, an MP3 to listen to it in the car, because of course no one can get away with driving around not listening to me, and a PDF workbook that you can print out and print out multiple copies of this. I want you to go away and do something with this, and there's a whole lot more in there that's absolutely yours for free. So write the numbers in as you see them, as you guess they might be, and let's do that, and you've got 2 minutes. Write your numbers in. What they have been in 2015 and what, if that just small changes, are going to look like in 2016.